Evan Klosky is the sports director for 10 Tampa Bay, and he is live from the Trop. Evan, good to see you there. People in Tampa, St. Pete, and in Toronto have been waiting for this day. You were just inside the stadium for pregame festivities. What was the atmosphere like?
Yeah, Andrew, the vibes were immaculate, as it always is an opening day. I know you guys over there, I bet you can't wait for the home opener for yourselves. But here, you know, Tropicana Field, it's tough sometimes to fill up this ballpark. But today, the 18th consecutive sellout inside Tropicana Field. And it's really when we get to see all the Rays fandom and the energy and everything that we don't necessarily see throughout the season. It all gets jam-packed into a glorious day of baseball. I just came out here. The Rays homered to really begin the game there in the bottom of the first, so they're leading 1-0 against Toronto. But this is what it's all about. I mean, we get to turn into the spring, into summer, and just really soaking it everything in. Nothing more I can say about that.
Yeah, it sounds great. So now that they are getting down to business, we have these two contenders in the American League East in Tampa and Toronto. It's a long season right now, but they're tied for first place, 161 games to go. Where do you think they'll end up in October?
Yeah, you know, they didn't get eased into the season at all for the Rays and the Blue Jays. Right off the bat, they got to play a tough 4-game series within the division. And this is a pivotal season for both clubs. I mean, the Rays and Blue Jays are kind of running at a parallel marathon right now because on one hand, the Rays and Blue Jays are making it to the postseason constantly. On the other, they are getting quickly bounced. I mean, just for Toronto alone, in their last 11 playoff games, they're 1-10. So that's a problem. And then we go back to the Rays here, and they're also not a team that has won since making that magical run to the World Series in 2020. So both of these clubs, their cores are strong, especially with Toronto. The hitting that they provide in that lineup is special. They got Kevin Gausman at the top of their rotation. You just wonder how the pitching is going to hold up throughout the course of the entire 162-game slate. But I would imagine that Toronto and Tampa Bay will be right there near the end of the year competing for a playoff spot, likely both to be in the playoffs. Now, what they do when they make the postseason, not quite sure. But, of course, the Rays coming off a 99-win season, the Blue Jays coming off 89 wins. And I would imagine that both the Rays and Blue Jays are going to fall within that 86 to 91 win range and will be competing throughout the year.
Evan, great to talk to you. Thank you. Evan Klosky of 10 Tampa Bay reporting for us outside Tropicana Field.